welcome to show 20. And it just keeps flying by. To think it wasn't long ago, it was January, we were sort of announcing to fans and people in the community of going, hey, here's what we've got planned. And now we're in the month where it's finally here. We're going to see people playing under the premises of East Thurrock Community Football Club. So we go from that paper to really seeing it. So the 25th of May, that is the key date that I'm just counting down the days to. We will see players trialing, and all these people that have asked and said, "Hey, I want to be play for this club, be a part of this," um, is fantastic to see. So our management teams created a list of people that they want to sign, and then there's all these other people that coming in and saying, "Hey, I think I've got something can offer you as a club." Um, so they're going to come and show what they can do. So genuinely really excited for that. And that's one that if you're an owner, by all means, 25th of May, put it in your diary. I'll see you down there. But this week just gone, had the real pleasure, and I had no real idea in my head of what it'd be like, but we'd obviously applied to join the Essex Olympian League, but they have several divisions. So it's not one like, hey, it's the Premier League, you're in, and you're in this level. There is several divisions broken down from a Premier to a few divisions below that. So it was one where we went to meet them on Wednesday, and it was a panel. I'm trying to remember, about 8 people. So lots of different questions, all about, well, what is the club about? What is it we want to do? Obviously, they've heard of East Thurrock United, but it was like, what's our vision? How are we running the club? What's the long term goal? And just to check that we were honest and genuine. But it was such a great exercise for us, not only just to talk about what we're doing, but they came back with lots of ideas and said, hey, have you thought of this? And just sort of checking things that we had planned, and sort of the fencing around the game that we around the ground that we wanted to do. Said, hey, that won't actually quite tick off on FA, so the rope, and then you'll need to do something else if you want to have an additional second level of fencing, and that's perfectly fine. And it was one speaking to them all that they're genuine. It's not sort of them and us. It's very much like, look, football's down to you, but if you want advice on things, they are there to help. And it was so welcoming, and really, really excited for sort of what happens along the journey, because there is so much learning to do. Things that you just never even thought about are suddenly important, but we know where we want to go. We know what the vision is. And now it's just a case of putting these last bits together and delivering on that. But we're excited. So if you're down on the 25th of May at the trial day, they'll also be there. So they're coming down that day to view the facilities, just to give it the sign off for joining the league and everything else. So they'll be there then just to check everything is as we've promised and meeting league requirements, which we're confident every box is covered. But it's one that they'll then get to see, and we'll get some advice off them. It's like, hey, what else have you thought of? Because we can everything can always be done better. I will never be content with anything in this club and go, this is perfect, don't want to touch it. I'm always thinking, hey, how can we just squeeze 5-10%, make it better for fans, make this better for our players, make this better for our coaching team? How can we just constantly improve, improve, improve? And that's going to be the ethos that we take for this club forever moving forward, especially why I'm involved, because why not? Let's get the best possible environment. But we will hear back the end of this week, hopefully. We might get a feeling of what league we're going to be in. So keep an eye out for the week after, where hopefully we'll have a decision and an answer. But genuinely just excited. We're going to be into a league, we're going to be playing competitive football, and who knows what the future holds. It's one that obviously ambition's high, but we're also realistic. I just want to see a team kick a ball. As simple and as small as that sounds, Saturdays just have not been the same this year. Um, I cannot wait to go back to I'm going home and away games, getting to know so many people. And it was, people think about football and just talk about the 90 minutes, and it's like it's so much more than that. So happy for everyone to come be a part of that. So see you on the 25th. of May. Keep telling your friends, family, and everyone that will listen to you, keep telling about the club. The more owners we get and everything, it all progresses. And if you're able to help out with leafleting, June will be around soon. And then we can look to get all those leaflets out and just spread that word to the entire local community, because there's so many people out there that, whether they're interested in becoming an owner, whether they can help us by sponsoring us, whether they just want to go and watch free football, that's all there. There's all sorts of organisations that we're speaking to in charitable sector. We just want to spread the word that there is free, fun entertainment available, and come be a part of it. And yeah, so Up the Rocks. Can't believe we're at 20 shows, and there's more in the pipeline that we're producing in terms of content. But this is my show that I pledge I'll keep running long term. It might move to different days of the week as we get games and we see where it sits in the schedule. But it's one that it's I want to keep talking about what goes on behind the scenes, because unfortunately there's going to be more clubs that will go through this around the country, and hopefully we can offer blueprint and advice and go, hey, here's what we did, and how you can try set up a fan run club, because genuinely believe in terms of non-league football it is 100% the best way to operate. But as always, up the rocks, and have a great week.